grandmother meet up with a woman to put a price on your granddaughter's head? You know, just start there.
On CCTV of the lady in grey meeting with Stefan and the grandmother the day before Adrianna was taken to the hotel.
Hey guys, welcome back to our next video. As you see by the title down below what this video is all about, please remember to like, subscribe, comment, share, turn on your post notification bell so when that I upload a video you can be notified. Now it's Friday 11:53. I don't know when I will be giving you guys this video, but it's the 4th of July. I'm scrolling through TikTok and I saw this live going. I don't know why everything that pertaining to Adrianna always coming on my face, and some persons may say you are using it for views, you're using it for this, you're using it for that. And I choose to say that I am happy that I have a platform that I can speak on things and I can feel comfortable in coming and talking about it with persons who share the same sentiments as me, wanting to get justice, wanting to see the outcome of this case, what will happen. And even if it wasn't Adrianna and it was somebody else and it was happening somewhere else in the world, I will still talk about it. Yes, so if it's getting views, I don't care. But let's talk about this video that I'm about to show you guys, because now we can't go around the fact that the grandmother is involved in this, and it is so heartbroken. It is so heartbroken that you that know what it feels like to bring forth a child, go through morning sicknesses, have labor pains, waking up late at night to take care of your child, so Brian young, and then at the end of the day, because the child is not like the one that you would want, or she doesn't fit your class of a grandchild in your eye, you gave her up like a piece of trash, like she's not a human being. So guys, I'm gonna play this recording and we're gonna listen together, and then we're gonna talk again. So stay tuned guys, here goes.
Along with a 14-year-old, so she can't answer any more questions. Now we know, for anyone new coming in, that the day before Adrianna was taken to the pool, this lady met with Stefan and Grandma in a restaurant in Tushin and had conversations, and that has been caught on CCTV, and the police, the lawyers have that CCTV. So you met beforehand. The woman who was seen at the scene carrying the Hindu spiritual bags, the one who was seen at the scene, keep coming back to family, what happened to her, what happened to her, what happened to her? And then when Adrianna was on the side of the pool just after the fire had been set, she started chanting over her body while stamping her feet on the floor, trying to remove blood from next to the pool. The only woman who was allowed to enter the hotel with Leroy, the police, and the hotel owner. She was on the balcony, Jen. She was outside the hotel. She had the hat on 1 minute, then she took the hat off. She was everywhere. She was the link between the hotel owner, the family, and the sacrifice. She was the one who was the face of meeting with the family, of agreeing the price for Adrianna's life. And I wonder how much Adrianna's life was worth to grandmother and Stefan. She was where the suitcase was, do you remember? And they let her back in the hotel. Sacrifice is real, and in some of these countries like Guyana, it's a way bigger problem because the country's not being policed properly. Most countries aren't, to be fair. It's not just Guyana. And I've got no bad feeling towards.
So I want to hear that, guys, for yourself. I've seen picture of this woman, but me never really dig in it or anything like that, but seeing this, I'm gonna play the next part of the clipping that I screen recorded from this lady, so you guys can literally hear the rest of it, because I wanted you guys to hear about this woman, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk. So here goes, guys.
It's very hard for Sir Brian. It's very hard for Sir Brian. I'll never speak for Sir Brian. What I will say is I'm sure every single person in this room can understand the double tragedy for Sir Brian, in understanding that some people that he loves and are his family, including his own mother, are a part of what happened to Adrianna. Now, all of the information that I have, Sir Brian has way before I do, obviously, and there's conversations about it. Can we put it out? Should we put it out? You know, this to me is massive. And you know, there were certain points that were heard the other day on the podcast, on Carlotta's podcast, and everyone came away thinking that that Ange had said that they had a secret meeting inside of the hotel, the Stefan, the mother, and the lady in grey. So I kind of contacted Ange and the other aunties and said, what's this about the meeting? When did that happen? She said, it wasn't at the hotel, it was the day before in a restaurant. We have the CCTV. I was like, I said, that blows my mind. It blows my mind, because this kind of evidence needs to hit the public consciousness. It needs to get out, because it shows that it's premeditated. You sat down in a restaurant having drinks and picked which grandchild you're about to give up. You absolutely sat there and you were agreeing on a price and what was going to happen. You literally, from what we found out that night, so this, to anyone just coming in, we found out that there is a recording on CCTV of the lady in grey meeting with Stefan and the grandmother the day before Adrianna was taken to the hotel at a local restaurant in Tushin. And the recording, we have the recording. I can't put out the recording. It's with the right people. And this is massive, because this one step, the connection that we couldn't see, the premeditation that was there, that you had agreed. That's the worrying thing though, isn't it, Reasons Green? Because who's going to lock them up when they're all fucking involved? Where is she now? It's disgusting. Like, that meeting, I don't know if I'm allowed to put the woman's name out, so I'm not going to do it for a minute. There's been 2 different names I've been given so far. The family do know, Dexter Todd does know, and they also have her address because she lives 2 doors down from the hotel. I have to be very careful with information I think needs to get out for the public, and information that Dexter Todd will need, so I don't need to be doing certain things. But so what we heard, so Ellie was really helpful for me. She wrote me down a long list from the Carlotta's podcast, that then I took Ellie's list, ran it by the family and said, look, is this all kind of is this all true what you said on the podcast? Because we just wanted to double, you know, sometimes when people say stuff you have to just double check that it's the right thing. So on the morning that Adrianna was taken to the hotel, his mother phoned Sir Brian's mum, Carol, phoned Sir Brian and said, can I take Adrianna to the pool? And Sir Brian said, not today, the kids are staying at home with me. So then she phoned Amicia at work, who was working at Popeye Chicken, and said, can I take the kids to the beach? I'm going to take them swimming at the beach. And Amicia said, who else is going? And she said, well, there's, you know, all these adults going, and there's 12 kids going. Well, there was 9 without Adrianna and her siblings. And so she was like, oh, okay, if everyone's going, the kids would love to go to the beach. So they went. She was never told a swimming pool. So it's almost like you checked with Sir Brian if they could go to a swimming pool. He said no, so now you're like, well, I'll phone the mum instead. But she'd never phoned Amicia about the kids before. She always phoned Sir Brian. She hated Amicia. She was horrible to Amicia, racist to Amicia, never accepted her, would say to Amicia in arguments, Adrianna's not even Sir Brian's kid. She was horrible. So then she phoned Amicia, and Amicia's at work, She's at work. We all know how mums have mum guilt, right? We're at work, it's sunny outside, our kids are at home, and then Granny phones and says, like, can we, yeah, she was racist to Amicia. When you're at the wake of your grandchild and you call her mum the N-word, you're racist. So let's not say it wasn't racist. She regularly used that terminology and in front of the children, so we'll call it racist because it fucking is. So she was 100%, like, we've had the background. We've got the background of the whole family. I put out what I'm comfortable with because only what in relation to Adrianna, but you have to understand the backstory of the family. And that's what it is. Yes, it's a family. So for anyone coming into the room, we can now reveal that Adrianna's grandmother Carol, Sir Brian's mum, and Stefan met with this woman the day before they took her to the pool. They met in a restaurant in Tushin, and it's believed at that meeting it was decided what would happen the next day. There's no other reason for these people to have contact. The grandmother Carol and Stefan, who drives grandmother there, sit inside a restaurant in Tushin, and this woman comes in. It's all on CCTV, and the right people have that information. And this was the missing link. When did they decide to do this to Adrianna? Is there phone calls? Was there this? Was there that? The Observer is probably here, I don't know. So this is like the backstory now. We have the premeditation. You decided. So this woman is, she was seen at the scene carrying some kind of ritualistic bag, some kind of, which religion was it? Which religion was it tied to? What did we say it was last time? I've lost my mind. What was the religion? Hindu.
So I hear that. For uno self. And uno hear what Haley said. All these information, so Brian have them before giving it to her, because all that she is saying now is coming from the family. So you can go after what she is saying and say it is legit. I think in my second video, in my second to last video talking about Adrianna's grandmother, I said it was premeditated. Because there is no way it would just happen like that. And as Haley said, here's the missing link. This woman take up the people them pitney and carry her rather to a pool to be sacrificed. Why? And as you see, as you hear, that she did not like Sir Brian's, Adrianna's mom. On the wake night, she called her a nigger. So it is a racism thing with the coolie them. Right? It is just sad. And that part where they meet up in that place to put a price on that little girl's head, you as a grandmother meet up with a woman to put a price on your granddaughter's head. You know, just start there, you know. Phone call did have to make. And they didn't want to speak certain things over the phone. And that's why they come together. Because certain things, sometimes people don't discuss certain things over the phone. They want to see face to face because they believe that people are listening in on their conversations. So they make sure so they meet up. And you sat there. I'm not even going to talk about the man that was there. I'm going to talk about the grandmother. It is your grandchild. Or, oh, you don't accept her. She's a jacket. Because as Haley said, you always curse and say Adrianna is not Sir Brian's child. So this is why you picked that one. I don't think I can elaborate on this video any longer because Haley don't spill the bean and let us understand what is going on. But Sir Brian, somebody said, I saw him going live last night, you know, but I was too tired and out of it to really sit down and listen to everything. They were praying for him on live. I think I got a little clippings of that too. They were praying for him and everything. And I think this is what is stressing this man out. When I look at him last night, his eyes were swollen. Maybe just to look at it and say, it is my mother who gave up my child. And there was a comment that was saying that he said last night that he doesn't have any hate in his heart for his mother. Honestly speaking, if my mother do anything to feel me, none of my pity them. You could have mother so more, may I write you off. You could have bring me 9 months in your belly and you sacrifice my child or my children, me write you off, man. Anything where you lost, so you have to go face the consequences there. With no apology. Because if you did really love me, or see my kids them as yours, your grandchildren them, you wouldn't do that. So I don't know why he said that, but that is his feeling. But this is very sick and disgusting, and I'm waiting to see, because as Haley said, footage are in the police holding. They have it in their presence. So what are they gonna do about it? But then again, everybody is in on it. It was just supposed to not be in, you know, how it happened. It never did happen like that. It never did happen like that. But God was in the midst. What they meant for evil turn out for good. They never know say the CCTV video would have surfaced. They never know that this would hit so hard that the entire world would have zoned in down Guyana because of Adrianna. And this grandmother is so barefaced to know that you went to the funeral, you went to the wake. Is it that it is a part of the sacrifice that you have to make your presence be known? Because sometimes when we watch some African shows and see some things that they do, you know, it is hilarious. So is it that this have to be a part of it? You have to literally see her go down. You have to, I don't know. Guys, every time I get something and I can update you guys, I'm gonna come and update you. You can comment down in the comment section and tell me what you want to get from this. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment, share, turn on your post notification bell. So when I upload a video, you can be notified. Love you guys. Mwah.
Hey, you know this is Richard Stevens, Tashel White Foster. Make sure you subscribe. That's where you get great content. If you check it out, you'll be blessed.